Hey coach, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest content. At this point, we've got content going out on a weekly basis. So don't stay stuck with your business. Make sure you like, subscribe to the video and also to the channel. And then if you want more one-on-one help with your business, the best way to do that and to work with me, or you don't even have to work with me if you just want to chat with me about your business. Best way to do that is by visiting the description below this video. You're going to find my Calendly link. You can book a free call through that Calendly link. So if you have a look at the screen in front, I wanted to share with you guys a success story from Coach Greg. Coach Greg has been working with me for the past 2.5 months now. I work with Greg on a one-to-one basis, right? And this was a message that Greg sent me a few days ago with an update on his business numbers. So if you guys are new to this channel and essentially you wonder what I do with coaches, is every end of the month or every mid-month, okay, depending on when I started working with a coach and depending on where they are with their business and what goals we have together, is I get the coach to send me a recap of their numbers, on how they're doing, and just a general update on how their business is currently performing. So Coach Greg here sent me a WhatsApp message. This was a few days ago. So if you can have a look in front, it says, Leo, just wanted to share that I smashed my goal for this month. He managed to hit 14K. So far, it's the best month I've had in my business. Huge milestone for me. Next step is hiring now another coach to keep growing and pushing closer to 20K, especially with the huge waiting list of athletes that wants to join his program. Okay, exciting times ahead. Thank you so much, Greg. So what I wanted to do today is not only just share with you this success result that this coach has had with what we do at our company, but also give you a bit of an insight into how he reached this goal. Okay. And this is what I do on a bi-weekly basis on our channel. I'll upload a coach success result and I do a mini deep dive into how we got to where this coach is currently at. So again, if you want to replicate this with your business, or you feel that you should be doing better, either in terms of revenue, in terms of getting more clients, in terms of your marketing, okay, book a free call with me. Description below, that's going to be the best place you and me can connect. So one thing we did with Greg was we made sure we kind of structured his business to the point where it was adding more value to customers and he was positioning himself as a premium type of program. So one of Greg's struggles was his branding. So when he started with me, it wasn't so much a case of getting new business through the door. It was a case of his positioning and how he's being viewed by parents. So what we did is we kind of rebranded his business. Not only did we rebrand it in terms of the marketing, but also in terms of the packages that each program that he offered was providing to clients. So we turned this into a kind of mid-level type of business into now a premium type of business where parents are making a much greater investment into working with him, but at the same time, they're getting a lot more for their package. Okay. So first thing we did, premium positioning, made sure his branding, his marketing was aligned, made sure that his business represented the value that he was providing with and for the clients that he was working with. Okay. Now, the second thing we did is we created recurring revenue. So some of his programs were a subscription membership type of model, but not all of them. So what this essentially what happened was that some of his programs were a lot more consistent than others. So, for example, his one-to-one program, he didn't have parents on a monthly subscription, but his groups and his open groups, they were on a subscription. So at the end of the month, when we did a review, we would see, right, the open group program had a lot more revenue than the one-to-one. So what we did essentially is we transitioned everything into a monthly subscription. So when you want to add more value, when you want to charge more, and when you want to put parents onto a subscription or a membership type of model, you need to make sure that number one, there's a commitment for parents and players, but also that you are providing that value that parents and players want to be part of your program for longer. So what we did is we restructured pretty much more or some of the package that he was already providing his clients. We turned it into a subscription membership, and this was across all his programs. So now he knows essentially roughly what the revenue is going to be per month. And as a result, right, Greg now feels a lot more confident at selling to parents. He knows that the only time he has to talk about money is when they join. Okay, because what we've done now is we've set it up in a way where if parents want to leave the program, okay, they have to give a 30-day notice period. So that gives Coach Greg enough time to be able to replace them into the program. And that is across all his programs except the open group, where it's just a 15-day notice if you want to cancel your subscription. Okay. So premium positioning, all the parents now on membership or subscription type of models. If a parent doesn't want to go on a subscription, what we did is we made sure that the commitment is a lot more expensive. So if they wanted to do a one-off session or two one-off sessions, okay, the investment for that would be equivalent to pretty much double of what that parent would be paying per month. So what we wanted to do with that is if the parents want to do a one-off or two sessions, they have that ability to do it and they can pay for it. But it's going to be a lot more expensive to do just one-off sessions, whether instead of being part of his long-term month-to-month program. So parents will look at the numbers and go, do you know what? We want to be part of this long term. And the reason why we decided to do that with Greg was because if you're training players and parents for over a long period of time, if you're working with them, the chances are you're going to get more results with them over a longer period of time. If you're seeing them on a one-off basis, the chances are you won't be able to build a relationship with them. You won't be able to really get any results. And also, if you have parents on a longer term type of commitment, that you will be able to get more feedback from them. They'll probably be happier to do testimonials for you, and it provides a lot more value to your business. Okay. So these are two very simple but efficient ways that we've helped Coach Greg to hit his 14K goal. Now, at the same time, he also has, as he wrote on the message, a big waiting list that we helped him to create. So once he goes through the process of bringing on an assistant coach, okay, we will be then looking to grow the business even further by bringing on players who are on that waiting list into the program, becoming paid customers, right? And we've got a coach already in place for that group. Okay. So if you need more help with your business or you want to replicate anything that I've talked about today, description below, that's going to be the best place you can connect with me. We can get on a call. I can see where you're currently at. I can see where you want to get to, and I can show you some action steps to take this week to grow and scale your business. Before you go, make sure if you haven't yet, go onto Instagram, follow us on Instagram. That is where we upload on a bi-weekly basis results that we are getting with coaches in our one-to-one mentorship program. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.